Hey guys, welcome to The Strong Young Man. It's widely accepted that drinking alcohol is not good for your health. The fact that stronger forms of alcohol elicit the involuntary gag reflex is our body's way of telling us that alcohol is toxic to the human body. Not only is it toxic, but alcohol has no benefits to humans either. Today's episode is going to explain just how toxic alcohol can be to your body and how drinking it can prevent you from becoming a strong man. I will also dissect how to cut out drinking cold turkey, including how to cope in social circumstances. Finally, I'll run through how to moderate the damage that you cause to yourself while drinking if you decide that quitting alcohol is too hard for you. To kick things off, let's run through the problems that alcohol causes for you. Problem number 1. Alcohol damages your endocrine system. The endocrine system is a complex system of glands that produce and secrete hormones that control many functions of the body, including regulating metabolism and energy levels, electrolyte balance, growth and development, reproduction, and response to stress and injury. Alcohol affects the function of the hypothalamus in the brain, which will inhibit the signaling between the hypothalamus and the pituitary to release hormones vital for healthy body function. These alcohol-induced hormonal dysregulations include decreased growth hormone leading to reduced cellular recovery, increased release of cortisol leading to excess fat storage on the waist and other health issues, decreased testosterone leading to a reduction in energy, muscle mass and mood, increased estrogen leading to more fat storage on the hips and thighs, and decreased thyroid hormones which will lead to body temperature dysregulation. Problem number 2. Alcohol damages the brain. Drinking has been shown in multiple studies to be neurodegenerative. Findings in more recent studies also indicate that the negative associations between alcohol intake and brain macro and microstructure are apparent in individuals consuming an average of only 1 to 2 daily alcohol units. The conclusion to draw from this is that any amount of alcohol is neurodegenerative. Alcohol reduces brain volume, causes neuronal loss, and results in poorer white matter fibre integrity. This will affect your ability to think, speak, plan, and remember, even when you're no longer intoxicated. Problem number 3. Alcohol negatively affects mental health. Alcohol is a depressant. It slows down the central nervous system. Alcohol is also a depressant in the sense that the consumption of it will make you feel depressed. The neuronal circuits involved in mood and well-being are modulated by a chemical called serotonin. When alcohol is ingested, the levels of serotonin metabolites in the urine and blood increase, suggesting either that more serotonin is released from the serotonergic axons or that the neurotransmitter is cleared more slowly from the synapses. This is why you feel good in the initial stages of drinking. Unfortunately, this effect rebounds after several hours to restore homeostasis. Understand that you cannot maintain the happy mood from the initial buzz that you get from consuming alcohol by consuming more drinks. Consuming more alcohol to chase the good feeling will result in more intoxication, which will affect other brain chemicals including dopamine, gamma-aminobutyric acid, and opioids. Alcohol causes disruptions to all of these neuronal mechanisms, which will negatively affect your mood in the short term and the long term. Problem number 4. Alcohol damages your gut. Alcohol is bactericidal. It kills bacteria. This means that it also kills the bacteria in your gut. Not all bacteria is bad. The bacteria within your gut can be healthy, and healthy gut bacteria is largely responsible for the overall health of your body. The gut microbiota imparts specific function in host nutrient metabolism, maintenance of structural integrity of the gut mucosal barrier, immunomodulation, and protection against pathogens. Alcohol weakens the layer of the gut, leading to intestinal hyperpermeability, which causes bad bacteria to leak out of the gut and into the bloodstream, which will cause you so many health problems. In addition to this, remember from episode 62 that the gut and the brain are connected. An abundance of friendly gut bacteria promotes well-being, and killing off this bad gut bacteria will negatively affect your mood in synergy to the previous problem. Problem number 5. Alcohol damages your liver. The liver sustains the greatest degree of tissue injury from heavy alcohol consumption because it is the primary site of ethanol metabolism. Heavy ethanol consumption produces a wide spectrum of hepatic lesions, including steatosis, hepatitis, and eventually fibrosis and cirrhosis. Alcohol inhibits the body's ability to export fat from the liver, eventually leading to a buildup of fat, causing alcoholic fatty liver disease. Fatty liver disease can be reversed, but prolonged alcohol abuse over many years can reduce its ability to regenerate. This can result in serious and permanent damage to your liver. Drinks that come with high fructose corn syrup will increase the burden put on your liver. The liver is responsible for making fat from the fructose, and so consuming fructose in combination with alcohol will only accelerate the rate at which liver damage occurs. Problem number 6. Alcohol negatively affects your sleep. Alcohol may assist you to feel drowsy and may make you fall asleep faster. However, this form of sleep is not really sleep, but rather a form of sedation. At all dosages, alcohol causes a reduction in sleep onset latency and increases sleep disruptions once asleep. Low amounts of deep sleep will hinder your body's ability to release restorative hormones for cellular repair and recovery, including growth hormone and testosterone. Low amounts of REM sleep mean that a buildup of beta amyloid plaques will occur, which will reduce your cognitive function in the short term and will accelerate the formation of brain diseases such as Alzheimer's and dementia over the long term. Problem number 7. Alcohol metabolites cause cancer. Alcohol can be metabolized in the body by 3 different pathways, all occurring in the liver and all are pro-inflammatory. Most alcohol is metabolized by an enzyme in your liver cells known as alcohol dehydrogenase. For alcohol to be broken down into acetaldehyde, we require NAD+ as a cofactor, which is reduced to NADH in the process. The problem with this part of the metabolism is twofold. Firstly, you drastically reduce the blood concentrations of NAD+, a key enzyme in anti-aging and longevity. NAD+ also assists with preventing DNA damage and mutations from occurring. Both of these can initiate cancer. Secondly, and more concerning, is that the metabolite, acetaldehyde, is more toxic than ethanol itself. Aldehydes are reactive oxygen species that covalently bind to proteins, lipids, and nucleic acids, which will substantially increase your risk of cancer. The International Agency for Research on Cancer classifies acetaldehyde as a type 1 carcinogen, stating that there is enough evidence to conclude that it can cause cancer in humans. In addition to these big problems, there are other smaller problems that alcohol can cause for you. Alcohol is also a form of energy. 7 calories per gram, which means you'll get fat from excess consumption in addition to the hormonal changes that occur, which also increase body fat storage. Alcohol is also a diuretic, and it will lead to dehydration if you aren't careful. Alcohol is also a productivity sinkhole. The productivity loss from drinking is huge. This is often not accounted for. The time you spend drinking is wasted, you need excess recovery the next day, and your mental and physical sharpness suffers, which means reduced productivity for days. Also understand that alcohol is synergistic in a lot of these big problems. For example, alcohol disrupts your mood by damaging the good bacteria in your gut and also through neurotransmitter disruption in the brain. It affects your ability to recover by reducing your quality of sleep and also by negatively affecting your hormones. It damages your immune system by destroying the friendly gut bacteria, and also the metabolism of alcohol is pro-inflammatory, releasing cytokines. Essentially, no amount of alcohol is healthy for you, including the alcohol found in red wine that contains resveratrol. The best solution then is to quit drinking altogether. Here's how you do it. The best way to quit drinking is an all-out offensive cold turkey approach. Generally, I'm a fan of slow, steady improvements, but this one's a little different. Unfortunately, most people come undone by their lack of commitment to abstinence. By being a part-time drinker, you draw no clear line between the days that you are drinking and the days that you aren't drinking. Peer pressure can also be a massive roadblock on your journey to successful abstinence. If you are likely to succumb to peer pressure, you will be peer pressured into drinking every single time. Instead, let the group know that you are abstaining from alcohol. Eventually, your friendship group will give up trying to peer pressure you because they know they can't move you to drink. Start by letting your friends know that you are committing to a vow of abstinence for 1 year. Start at the next notable date, your birthday party, Christmas party, the New Year, or other event that is easy to remember. Give yourself one last night. This will also serve to give them a target of when they can expect you to drink again. This will keep them off your back during the initial hard stages of the journey. Then, after 1 year, keep going. Let's hope your friends don't notice. If they do notice, then you will have 1 year of resilience under your belt, which will make it that much easier to resist the peer pressure onslaught. Another strategy to employ is to cut out friends that demand you hang out with them in circumstances you know will be hard to resist drinking. These friends are distractions to your higher purpose anyway. If you don't desire to do this, then just cut out the friends who peer pressure you into drinking. Friends that peer pressure you into self-destructive habits are toxic. Most likely, these friends are envious of your willpower to not drink and they covet your abstinence. Your willpower makes them uncomfortable, and so if they can unsettle you, you no longer trigger their insecurities and their ego is satisfied. Cut these so-called friends loose. They are only an anchor in your life. Refer back to episode 71 for the repertoire of strategies you can employ to terminate toxic friendships swiftly and effectively. For the friends that are accepting of your vow of abstinence, going out with them can be easy once you get used to it. My trick is to always have a drink in my hand. Sparkling water with lemon is my personal favourite. The benefit of this is threefold. Firstly, it will enable you to feel like you're a part of the group. Secondly, it'll keep the people who are likely to peer pressure you distracted. And finally, it will hydrate you. I can't emphasise how easy it is to not drink once you get used to it. Stop hiding behind statements such as "I'm not the same when I don't drink." Note that you are the same person, just with slightly less confidence. Alcohol disrupts your body's social filter, and this is what's responsible for the good time. You can actually experience this good time too, manufacturing the confidence by absorbing the drunk energy of the people around you. This will make the night just as good as a night spent drinking, without the hangover. If you are going to drink, just understand that there is no healthy amount of alcohol consumption. Minimising the damage that alcohol causes to your body is your only strategy. There are 7 things to consider. Number 1. Eat before you drink. Having a meal in your stomach when you consume alcohol will slow down the rate of alcohol absorption. This will prevent your body from becoming overwhelmed by alcohol when it is rapidly absorbed. Also, avoid polyunsaturated fats from seed oils at all costs. The damage caused by alcohol is enhanced by polyunsaturated fatty acid ingestion. Number 2, drink your liquor smart. Mixing drinks is where the majority of problems occur. This is because alcohol is absorbed at different rates depending on what form it's in. Spirits are absorbed the fastest, then beer, then wine. That means that you should be drinking these varieties in that order: spirits, then beer, then wine. A common saying is beer then wine, that's fine. Wine, then beer, oh dear. Shots at the end of the night is another recipe for disaster. Number 3, drink water-based alcoholic beverages where possible and avoid sugary beverages at all costs. Number 4, have a glass of water between every alcoholic beverage you consume. Number 5, try to remain active to burn off the excess calories consumed. Always be standing, go dancing, or even walk home at the end of the night, for example. Number 6, consume as much water as you can before bed to restore hydration. Number 7, don't go to sleep until you sober up. To minimise productivity loss, it's often more efficient to stay awake for a few hours after a night of drinking and do mundane tasks that you would have done the next day, such as washing, cleaning, etc. That way, when you do sleep, say around 6 AM, your sleep will be slightly more restorative because you've metabolised some of that alcohol that would have otherwise disrupted your sleep. This will make any sleep that you do get that much more restorative. Personally, I've not had a drink since 2018 and I was unwilling to experiment on the best ways to cure a hangover. Drinking is far too toxic for me to ever want to experiment with. I'd be very interested to hear what others have to say about this. Post what worked for you in the comments section and help the community out. My go-to to fix any illness, inflammation, or damage to my body has always been to fast. Recover your body faster by not eating, drinking plenty of water, and getting plenty of sleep. At least 8 hours when you are not drunk. Fasting will also boost your immune system, repairing some of the damage done. Fasting will also help metabolize some of the fatty deposits in your liver caused from the ethanol metabolism. Here is today's closing thought. If you are drinking because you are depressed, then drinking is your coping mechanism, and this is a spiraling situation. At the very least, you should never drink to feel better. You should only drink to feel even better. Just understand that drinking today is borrowing happiness from tomorrow. Thanks for watching today's episode. In episode 78, I'll go through the value of a healthy, long-term relationship. Subscribe and click the bell icon to be notified when it drops. Catch you then.